So this morning, our focus is on a development that has stirred conversation across the country, the reappointment of General Christopher Musa, who has now been appointed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the new Minister of Defense. His return to public service comes shortly after he, along with some service chiefs, formally retired from active military duty. For many Nigerians, General Musa is a familiar name. Before serving as Chief of Defense Staff, he built a reputation in the Nigerian Army through decades of frontline experience. He previously led Operation Haɗin-kai in the Northeast as Theatre Commander, where he oversaw major counterterrorism and counterinsurgency operations against Boko Haram and ISWAP. His leadership style, often described as disciplined, hands-on and community engaged, earned him respect both within the military and among civilians in conflict-affected areas. His new appointment comes at a critical moment for Nigeria. Despite ongoing efforts, the country continues to grapple with a wide range of security challenges, from insurgency in the northeast to rampant banditry and kidnapping in the northwest. Armed violence is part of in parts of the Middle Belt, and growing concerns about organized crime in urban centers. Many Nigerians are asking whether fresh leadership of the Defense Ministry can bring new momentum to the government's security strategy. Now, this conversation is happening against the backdrop of another major development, the sudden resignation of former Defense Minister Muhammad Bagudu. His unexpected exit has raised questions about the pressure within the security establishment and what this change signals about the administration's direction. So today we ask you directly, reappointment of General Christopher Musa, do you support it? What do you make of his new role, and what are your expectations as Nigeria continues to confront its security challenges? Now, the phone lines are open and the numbers will be displayed on your screen. Make sure you call us in and share your thoughts, or send us a WhatsApp message as well. Now, at this point, looking at it, I believe it is a nomination so far and push forth to the Senate. And today the Senate would deliberate and give their feedback when it comes to General Christopher Musa and his viability for it. But the question is, a lot would ask, he just retired from being the CDS, right? And at this point, people will ask if he was not capable of continuing as that. So how come he has been nominated, or was there already a plan at the back burner before he was nominated at this point?
All right, before we continue the conversation, we have Shetima on the line. Good morning, Shetima. Thank you for calling in.
Good morning, Bagudu. Good morning, Hauwa. Good morning, entire Trust TV workers. And good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Nigeria. This is Shetima Yakudima calling from Maiduguri.
Good morning, Shetima. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Thank you. Well, honestly speaking, the question that you put on your screen, you do not even deserve to put it, because we are all in support of it, and we can say, Alhamdulillah, this shows that victory had been around the corner for all insurgencies that is happening in Nigeria. We all know who is Christopher Musa, and we know his contribution as a chief of armed staff. We know what he did when he was theater commander here in Maiduguri. So he's a man of integrity, and he's a hardworking man, somebody who is doing his work with all sincerity. So in his new assignment, we wish him well. We wish him well. This is obvious that all Nigerians have been crying for love, that a defense minister is supposed to be a service or a retired military personnel, somebody who have experience in a military work. And Alhamdulillah, today we have witnessed the one, and who is the first in the list. And we know him very well. We know him very well. He's a dedicated man. He's somebody who is not compromising when he comes to his duty. And we sincerely thank Almighty Allah for this mercy, because this come from from Almighty Allah. It was God doing. It's not a man doing. We know that these things have never happened anywhere. You know, even Nigeria cannot be, you know, just an exception. Somebody who left service not a while ago, and he have reinstated back. This will show that this man is sincere, and it was Almighty Allah called him back for us to see the end of this madness. And Alhamdulillah, by God's willing, the thing have come to an end. And also the reshufflement in the committee of the Senate. We wish them well. That man that come in the national security, we know that inshallah Rabbi, he will cooperate with the Christopher to do well. We wish Nigeria success, and we are praying for Almighty Allah to restore our security back, so that Nigeria will be a lovely country. Thank you so much, and have a nice day.
Thank you, Shetima. Now, Maimuna, I'd like to hear your take on it. Do you think that he's someone viable for this position?
Well, looking at his profile and what he has done while he was the CDS, I would say, you know, reappointing him is a good step. But when you look at, you know, his reappointment, for me, it's two-sided. The first is, you know, a lot of people will say he's used to the terrain when it comes to, you know, security intelligence. He did absolutely well. Yes, he did absolutely well in using technologies during his time as the CDS and what have you. But then another side of it is the questions that Nigerians are asking. Are we bringing back the same people? Are we recycling the same faces with different titles? Why don't we give, you know, that channel, that space for, you know, fresh people to come in with fresh ideas on how to be able to tackle the security issues that we have in Nigeria? But before we continue, we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Can you please turn down the volume of your TV set so that we can hear you clearly? Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Mohammed Jimo. I'm calling from Kaduna.
All right, thank you for calling in, Mohammed. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Well, I really appreciate the decision the government has taken to reinstate CG Musa, or to bring him or nominate him as the minister. For he has shown the discipline he has been taught in the army, and he has shown his dedication to save our country from this from banditry. He is a honest and very dedicated man that is, I think, he deserves to do the job. The two of the ministers should just go, because they don't have any experience in anything to do with our security situation in this country. Their appointment, as far as I'm concerned, is based on just compensation for the role they played during the elections. So I think President Tinubu has taken the right decision. If you go by the way a lot of Nigerians are happy by this, by nominating CG Musa, you know that CG Musa has been a very honest and dedicated man to his job, and he has shown exemplary leadership to the Nigerian military, to his colleagues. So I think it's a step in the right direction, and Nigerians are very happy about this. Nigeria, what I just want to ask is, from the government and the people of this country and the Nigerian military, we should put our hands together and assist this man in curbing this rage of insurgency that is killing our dear brothers and sisters in this country. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mohammed, for calling in.
For that, Maimuna, you made mention of a lot are complaining that it seems like we're just recycling a lot of people. But one thing I said a couple of days earlier is that we understand that there are some people that can continuously bring forth a lot to the country, can contribute a lot to the country, that they cannot just be put at the back burner even if they were in service. And there are people that even from the get-go have not contributed anything but just taken from the country as well. Yeah. So there are people that rightly can actually be brought back and back and back again, and you know that they will contribute positively to the country. Okay, we'll continue the conversation.
We'll have another caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, Bagudu.
Good morning, Abasin Kong.
Beautiful sunlight. Good morning, Hauwa. Beautiful baby. beautiful television station.
Good morning,
God will
Abasi
bless this
Nko.
television station.
Thank you so much,
You will
Abasi.
continue to blossom to the heights. I love this TV. It's part of my blood. I appreciate what you people are doing. God is going to pay you people back for allowing the less privileged Nigerians to have access to preview information. I'm really happy. I decided not to call yesterday because I listened to the propositions of what people were saying. I really appreciate this station. Yes, going by today's content, I am very, very much happy. I am praying for the successful governance of President Tinubu. Psychophans, mediocre are the ones wanting to cause problems for the man. But the man is going to overcome the enemies of this great country. He has done a very good job that I appreciate. I want to say 3 boza to him. Boza, boza, boza. Yes, coming down to what you people discussed yesterday, the stereotype attitude has been rooted deep into us that is causing us to have making mistakes. And until we change this myopic sense of reasoning and attitude, we can't go further than. I also want to appreciate Shetima. Very wonderful, eloquent speaker. Very good, dynamic man. He speaks the truth from his heart. Wonderful speaker, Shetima. I appreciate you. And I also want to the topic people say, does security summit change anything? Or does it change things? I would say yes and no, but action speaks louder than words. When you talk, and there's no action, what will happen? So the incoming Musa that we are having, I know he's going to make an input, because based on what Shetima said, he made an input when he was in Borno State. And I know that the second coming is a challenge for him. But I listened to what Bagudu said, that they should change the former question that Senate used to put across to incoming, what do they call them? They should ask them specific questions. What are their plans to ensuring Nigeria moves forward? Those are the kind of questions that let's get from him what the vision he has for this country and the mission he has. Sincerely speaking, this television station, you people are really speaking my mind. And I also want to add, lack of impact of policy. The policies that we have, we don't have people that execute them properly. That is what Hauwa was saying yesterday, the question she said. We don't have, we just promote people and put them in key offices. Those people, do they deliver? That was the question they asked yesterday. And that was why I did not call. I was just listening to all the callers. You see, until we start redefining security system, we start redefining ourselves, the mission, policy. Why, if not, we will not make headway. I also want to, I really appreciate Nigeria. I want to appreciate Trust TV. Without Trust TV, we will be nowhere. Because they give opportunity to the egg woman. They give opportunity to the carpenter, the artisan. Trust TV, you are doing a wonderful job. I appreciate you. God will promote you in this month and the coming month. Thank you, Trust TV. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you very much, Abasi Nko, for that. You know, we've seen Nigerians, their biggest concern is what can you do for the country? What are you delivering? And at this point, as you mentioned earlier, it is quite important to understand the direction of that person that is coming in and make sure that, yes, just because the other person that was there has stepped off, right, the next person should be capable of making sure they solve that problem that the previous could not solve.
Absolutely.
Let's take
we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Hussein. I'm calling from Zaria.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you for joining us. Go ahead with your thoughts.
I think the appointment of the general is a very good move by the president. And if all political appointments would be done based on merit, like this one, I think 60 to 70% of our problems will be solved. And what I think they need to do more is the Minister of State for Defense should also go. Because this is somebody that does not even have the basic knowledge of what security is all about. And under this serious security challenge, I think there are certain areas that we don't need to joke with. We shouldn't use them as a platform for political compensation. Areas like defense, agriculture, and health. We need people who are special in that aspect that will play their primary role in ensuring that a maximum result is achieved. And secondly, northern governors need to do more on the area of security because some of them are complicit in that area. Honestly speaking, if there's cooperation among the northern politicians, the Minister of Defense will have less work to do because some of the governors in the north are not sincere about fighting insecurity in the northern part of the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling in this morning. And then another thing I want us to look at is, clarity. I always say this: we're in a democratic system, and when there is an issue on the table that has to do with everybody, both the government, the people, and everyone, we need clarity. Now, this brings me back to, the reappointment of CG Musa. Something does not really add up for me as to the clarity, because when he was removed as the CDS, the president came up with the idea of the reason why these service chiefs are going to be changed is because we need to strengthen our security structure because apparently things were not going well.
Incapability.
Absolutely.
At that point.
But then now we're seeing the same man that was removed as the CDS coming in or being nominated as the Minister of Defense, not in uniform. Exactly. So it brings a conflict. And remember, there was a rumor that the reason why the service chiefs were, removed initially was because of the alleged coup against the president. Yes. So these are informations that the government need to carry the people along. We need clarity so that when people
to
so
understand
that
what exactly.
So you have to give us an explanation. Absolutely. As a leader, you need you owe the people explanations. Absolutely. But then we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Mr. Umaru Garba from Bauchi State.
Thank you for calling in. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Thank you, the anchors, please. I would like to register my appreciation to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for doing the right thing. You see, for far too long, our leaders have not been listening. If they have been listening, a lot of the problems we have been facing in the security affairs and in almost every phase of national development would have been solved. When people begin to agitate and ask for change out of the concern that the nation is feeling in almost all its aspirations, I think the leadership should be listening. Now, coming to talk of the coming back of General Christopher Gwabi Musa as the Minister Designate of Defense. As far as Nigerians are concerned, this is the first time in a very long time in Nigerian political history that Nigerians are all appreciative across the divide. That the appointment of this man will bring a lot of changes to the nation's security architecture. We as Nigerians know General Christopher Musa, even when President Muhammadu Buhari first appointed him as Tata Commander in Maiduguri, to make a great difference. And when Asiwaju appointed him as CDS, he was able to take the war to the bandits and the insurgents. Now that he's coming back, we are of the opinion, also we are of the hope that he's going to do the needful. One more thing that I would like to stress is that the Minister of State should go. He has no business doing anything in that position. This is somebody that has shown a lack of understanding of what is even happening in the security sphere. Regrettably, the political class have their way, I don't know how. Also, I would like to play credence to the Senate. The Senate has done the right thing. The senator representing Bauchi that was there before as the chairman of the Senate Committee on National Security, the way he was.
All right, we lost that caller, but thank you very much for that. We have a couple of WhatsApp messages. First off, we have one from Husseini from Zaria, and he says, good morning. The appointment of General C.G. Musa is worth commending because at this stage of our serious security challenges, we need a person with deeper knowledge of the subject matter, and the general is a perfect match. However, the Minister of State for Defense should also be replaced as he lacks even the least of basic responsibilities in that sector. Finally, areas like agriculture, health and defense should always be given the much required attention, as such a person without requisite knowledge of that area shouldn't have any business heading such ministries. All right, thank you very much for that.
Okay, we have another message from Galton Ilya from Bauchi. He says, Morning Trust TV, 110% supported, like Shatima said. Now, this is the first time Nigerians, regardless of religion or tribe, are unanimously agreeing to this in Nigeria, which showed that Nigerians has suffered enough. God help Nigeria from the hands of evil people.
All right, next up, we have another message from Adamu Muhammad Usman, and he's sending it from Kafan House and Jigawa. He says, good morning, everyone. God is great, God is marvelous, God is merciful, and he's always and all the times awake. He's also aware of answering the prayers of his servants. And now he said, God, by his mercy and special grace, will surely come to our aid in Nigeria to bring remedy for the menace of insecurity. Despite the outing of the Minister of Defense, Alhaji Muhammad Abubakar Badaru is from my state, Jigawa. I welcome and give an applause to him for his resignation, and I have been saying it loud and clear that anything that should be put in place or done to stop insecurity, I concur. And if the reappointment of General Musa will help in solving the pressing insecurity issue in the country, we welcome Mr. President's idea on this. And to the Defense Minister, may this decision be the best of him. Your service to the nation will forever be remembered. I wish His Excellency Badaru all the best in his future. I thank you very much, Adamu, for that.
We have another caller on the line. Thank you for those who sent in their messages. You can keep on sending your messages. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Hauwa Ali. I'm calling from Plateau State.
Good morning, Hauwa.
Thank you for joining us. Go ahead, your thoughts.
Yes, about the Sadiq Chief Adamu appointed him as a Minister of Defense.
Go ahead.
Okay, I think we lost that call. You can call us back and share your thoughts. The phone lines are still open and the numbers are displayed on your screen. You can also send us a WhatsApp message. We want to hear your view on the reappointment of C.G. Musa as Minister of Defense. What is your take? Do you think it's going to, bring some succor to our security structure that we're facing in the country? Or do you think we should do something different as well?
Let's take other WhatsApp messages. Okay. This is from Mr. Omoraka from Lagos, and he says, my take on this is that General Christopher Musa was in the military as a senior officer, and while he was there, we could not vanquish terrorism. Is it as a minister wearing agbada that he will achieve the results we crave for? Nigerians are not interested in who is there, but we want to see physical results on this war on terror.
All right, next we have another message from Comrade Nansa Jos, and he says the appointment of General Christopher Musa Gwambin is the greatest thing that has happened to this government. We're deeply grateful to Mr. President for his singular decision. Thank you for sending in your message. Hauwa, I think we have another message.
All right, we have another message from Usman Santuraki Jimita Yola, and he says, good morning. I don't know why my contribution is not read on Monday and Tuesday, but we have gotten to it today. Thank you for sending your message. Anyway, my take is that even though praises and encomiums were poured out on the nominee based on his previous appointment, but why did the President Bola Tinubu remove him as Minister of Defense? Will he make any difference that he didn't do well in army uniform about the insecurity in the country? Time will tell. Thank you very much, Santuraki, for that.
Okay, we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hello, good morning.
I think we lost that call. Do well to a call back so we can hear your thoughts on the topic. I think we still have more WhatsApp messages.
Yes, we do. All right. We have one from Ayuba from Gombe, and he says, good morning, presenters. Welcome the reappointment of this gallant military retired general as a prospective Minister of Defense. He is a disciplined and seasoned military officer whose records and time in the army speaks for itself. My call upon the government, the military hierarchy, and Nigerians is that we should support CG Musa with all that we have as government and people to fight this common enemy, insecurity. All right, thank you very much, Ayuba, for that.
All right, we have another message from Dr. Bartholomew Owo from Lagos. He says, good morning, Trust TV. I totally support the nomination of General Musa, retired, as a Minister of Defense. Thank you for sending in your message.
All right, now looking at all of this. All right, we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thanks for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning. My name is Yakubu, big guy calling from Adamu State.
Good morning,
Yakubu.
Thank
you for joining us.
Thank you. First of all, I want to appreciate you people for anchoring this program. May God reward you. My contribution is that, sincerely speaking, appointing C.G. Musa as Minister of Defense, I think is a wonderful job. It's a wonderful decision. But look at what happened or what has happened during his tenure as CBS. We've seen increase of abduction. We've seen what is happening in Katsina, what is happening in Zamfara, what is happening in Kebbi, now Kwara, and other states. So, may God help us in Nigeria. But what is happening seriously? I think he needs to wake up. He needs to wake up. Because we've seen increase in abduction. We've seen banditry activities all over Nigeria. And now, Mr. President has appointed him as Minister of Defense. I just pray that this man will wake up to see the realities of this country. Nigeria now, what we are facing is very shameful. It's really shameful. May God help us, because at the end of the day, we'll come and wake up that we'll start paying what do you call it, money for. We'll start paying money to banditry for our safety. Recently, I went to. I just came back from my farm. What do they call it? Fulani has eaten everything from our places in Adamawa, part of Hong local government. Nobody is talking. Nobody is saying anything. We've not seen anybody that came and met us and told us that, okay, sorry, we are going to take a serious decision on this matter. Everything is just going well, in this country. I wish him well, but it's just that Nigeria, we need to wake up. This man needs to wake up. He needs to face, because up to today, we've not heard of Bello 3G, and they are saying that this was, and up to today, people they are adopting people in those areas. Yes, in the northwestern state of Nigeria, we've not bandits are collecting ransom. They are collecting. It's either you pay money or you pay with your farm produce. So Mr. Musa has work on his head, because we need to see results. If not, we need a new system from all sectors, because we did not see any result up to now. We did not see any result as far as I'm concerned, because we did not all these service chiefs up to today. Did they bring one key terrorist that we say that Nigeria will sleep all eyes closed? They will tell us that, okay, bandits have they killed source cause of bandits. But where are the key bandits? They are warlords. Where are they? They are still there.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you for calling in. However, if you look at it, you find out that the expectations on CG Musa, now that he's been, nominated as the Minister of Defense, is quite a lot from when he was the CDS. But then, at this point, Nigerians are hopeful that, this reappointment, if after the screening he's been appointed, will bring a change. Will bring a total change, because at this point that we're in, Nigerians are tired
and desperate as well. And
help.
One thing I made note of, a lot of Nigerians have pointed out that at this point, the Minister for Defense for State should resign as well.
I made the statement yesterday. I said for anybody holding any political office that is very critical and you don't have the capacity, please just resign. We'll understand and appreciate you at the end of the day. But then we have another caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria. My name is Musa calling from Kaduna.
Thank you for calling in.
Go ahead, your thoughts.
Let me start by congratulating Musa for the appointment, and I'm calling on him to forget about the initial disgrace on him by the same government that removed him in office in the name of incompetency. And now the same government brought him again as Minister of Defense. That oversight, following what they have done, fine. Christopher Musa has been in the military as an officer right from day one when this crisis started from 1999 to date. And he has participated actively in one operation or the other to see the end of insurgency terrorism in Nigeria. As people expect so much from him, I'm calling on Nigerians that we must support him. We must support him with necessary information and cooperation. And I'm calling on Christopher Musa to unite the armed forces, the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Air Force, Navy, to ensure that and other security outfit a well-coordinated project toward the end of insurgency in Nigeria. Another area I want him to also put an end after stopping the carnage. There must be identification of sponsors, as he has already demonstrated from the beginning. He confessed that when terrorists Boko Haram emerged, we saw them with foreign currency, high weapons. This suggests foreign interference or foreign sponsoring of terrorism in Nigeria. That is true, no doubt about it. American government exposed themselves in American Congress that they are sponsoring Boko Haram and terrorism. EFCC chairman in Nigeria also uncovered a religious sect financing terrorism. Why are the media and the political analysts in Nigeria are keeping quiet to that? That religious sect never represents the religion, but people are using religion to commit crime. There are a lot of challenges on answer. We have to ensure that we dig down and bring this to an end. Nobody is representing any tribe. Nobody is representing any religion. They are just using it to commit crime. So we must support Christopher Musa to bring out the names and the real sponsors of terrorism, because to the best of my knowledge, right from 1999 to date, there has never been a single individual that have paraded, that the government paraded as sponsor of this. And when we hear people saying that government hand in it, government hand in it, or at best to say politicians are sponsoring terrorism, that has been confirmed recently when we saw an elected sitting governor visited a convicted criminal on terrorism in prison. I have never seen so before. Somebody that was recently convicted on terrorism charges, a sitting governor visiting him in prison. What does that suggest? It suggests there are some relationship between them. It's as good as if maybe any northern governor or Zulum to visit Ismail Husseini of Iswa, who has just been convicted. Can that ring a bell? Can we once and for all bring out the hard truth to solve our problems? Until we go deep into it before we can solve our problem. And another form of terrorism that we're keeping quiet on it is financial terrorism that is bringing out all these things. Massive and unprecedented corruption, which America and other Western countries are helping, and they must bring it to an end. As the president is rejigging the Security Council, I call the president to also rejig the economic aspect of Nigeria, because it's one of the worst performing department in his government. May God continue to bless Nigeria with good leaders, no matter where they come from, no matter their tribe or religion. God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria. Nigeria is greater than any individual, any group of people, or any tribe or a section of Nigeria. God bless you all. God bless Trust TV and family. Good morning.
Thank you very much for that. You know, Nigerians at this point are very desperate for results, are very desperate to see that something is happening, a change in what they're used to, a change in the disappointment they're used to experiencing always. But I hope that we do see a change, because this is a critical moment.
It is. We have another caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, Maimuna. Shetima.
Thank you for calling back, Shetima. Go ahead.
I want to make a prayer to this gentleman that dropped the phone just now. He have said the fact. You see, our problem is we are giving cover to the criminals. Honestly speaking, when I see that report of visit, I was shocked and I was surprised. And honestly speaking, keeping quiet, it is just like we are supporting it. Honestly speaking. But how can you visit somebody who have just been convicted on treason offense? This offense is a serious offense. It's an offense that you want to disagree, you want to stabilize the whole Nigeria. You have been sponsoring the disturbance of peace in a certain region, but a governor will pay a visit to him. It's a very quite surprising, and I want to use this opportunity to also tell people that it's not reappointing the Christopher that is the problem. But what we are all the reason why we are supporting the reappointment of Christopher is because he have shown in the past assignment, and we are hoping and also we believe that he will do it more this time around. And we really appreciate the Bagudu. At least if you say all politicians are like Bagudu, the problem of Nigeria will be solved. If you know that you are not capable on that position that you are handling, just resign honorably. Like the way Kiyawa Umar did during Babangida regime, when he was governor of Kaduna. He voluntarily resigned when he see that the government is not working. He resigned, and honorably. And still his respect was intact, up to date. But our people is that you are just romancing the seat We are not seeing impact. And next regime, you will be re-elected, or you'll be reappointed to certain seats, whereby in the previous assignment you do not done anything. That's the fundamental problem that we're having. We need people from anywhere they come from, any religion they belong to, from any part of the country they come from. We need them to put their impact so that our country will go forward. May Allah help us. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Shatima, for that. You know, at this point, it is quite important to, for those that have been appointed into positions to understand their roles, the reason they're there, and making sure that they do all they can in delivering results at this point. Because, as I mentioned earlier, it is a very critical moment in Nigeria.
We have Galton Ilya on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Trustee.
Good morning.
I am Galton, calling from Bauchi. Honestly, I had not wanted to call, but please, I want to appeal for one thing. Shatima has spoken very well, and I've been following Shatima for quite a long time, and he is a great contributor to this particular platform. So these are the kind of people that we need to be watching them on Trust TV. Why don't you people invite him just once? Because I like his submission. Whenever he makes a submission, honestly, the man is objective. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Galton Ilya, for calling in and
we do enjoy his contribution as well. And that is the whole point of having Daybreak Interactive, where the phone lines are open. You can give your contributions, and definitely your voice always does matter right here on Trust TV. So thank you very much, Galton, for that.
Thank you for that. Well, the phone lines are still open and the numbers are displayed on your screen. Do want to call us in. You're not late. You can send in a WhatsApp message. Let's hear your thoughts. Let's put our voices together and, you know, see if the reappointment of a CG Musa is going to bring a change when it comes to the insecurity issues that we're facing in Nigeria. But then I'm still asking the question, but I don't know who is going to give me a befitting answer, but maybe my beautiful co-host will do that. I still want to find out why CG Musa was removed as the CDS during his time when, you know, the president had to do the reshuffling, just a couple of weeks, yeah, just to do a reshuffling in the leadership. What really
called for that, and then
a recall. I mean, was this something he was not able to fix while as the CDS, but coming in as a Minister of Defense, he will be able to do that? I really want to find out what went in there.
With him. But
yes, but then we'll have another caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning, presenters.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
My name is Paul Gwengafale. I'm calling from Oyo State.
Thank you for joining in. Go ahead.
Honestly speaking, the reappointment of Christopher Musa has doused the tension in the country. Though he has not started work, but the appointment alone has doused the tension and has made some people to be very, very happy. Now, for example, the United Nations, the US was saying that there's a genocide. They are killing Christians in the north. And if you look at the appointment of the new Minister of Defense, he's a Christian. So that one, first of all, make the US be very happy. At least a Christian will be there. So the issue of killing the Christians in the north will not be much there again. Then Christopher Musa has paid his price. He has done very well in the tackling of terrorism, banditry, and all sorts of crimes in the north. And not only in the north, in Nigeria as a whole. And a lot of people are waiting on what he's going to do next. So we are waiting, and we believe that God is going to be with him. And for the fact that he was a military and just dropped the military uniform and was just reappointed as the Minister of Defense. I believe that all the service chiefs under him, all the service chiefs will be able to listen to him. They will see him as their person, as their leader. If they cannot listen to the former Minister of Defense because he's a civilian, they will listen to this man because he's their leader. So they will work together and make Nigeria crime-free. Then another one is that I want, if possible, as the former Minister of Defense resigned, let the Minister of State for Defense resign too. So let the Mr. President or either a seasoned or retired DSS who will be able to analyze the security of the country. I'll be able to present everything that will be done to the Minister of Defense. Then the Minister of Defense will be able to present all those things to the service chiefs. Because if there is nobody that will work with the Minister of Defense who was a then the working with him now, who is a Minister of State for Defense, who is a civilian, he won't be able to bring anything on board. He won't be able to even advise the Minister of Defense on anything. So that means every work will lie on the Minister of Defense alone. So Mr. President should graciously advise the Minister of State for Defense to resign so that he'll be able to bring either a seasoned DSS or a seasoned police so that they'll be able to work together with Musa so that the issue of banditry and all these things will be tackled and eliminated. That is my contribution. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you for calling in. Of course, yes, we need, synergy when it comes to fighting insecurity. But then something caught my attention when you look at the key areas of impact under Musa's leadership when he was the CDS. They said, he did very well in terms of, more effective military operations and improved counterinsurgency outcomes. If you look at the report that came out, he was highly strong behind the Operation Hardenkai that reportedly liberated over 1,500 hostages and reclaimed strategic terrorists in Borno State. And also in the release of the Chibok girls too, he played, a very key role in there. And then another thing, when you look at the modernization and restructuring of Nigerians' military capabilities, they said during his time as the CDS, he was able to do effectively well, even in terms of using modern technologies in, fighting insecurity. Right. But then we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. I call to answer your question why Christopher Musa was removed.
Right. Oh, good. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, the reason is very simple. Policy
first off, your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is Bala from Kaduna.
Okay, you're calling us back. Go ahead.
Policy, somersault, and directionless of the present administration. You cannot sack somebody and give it the name of incompetency and failure and bring him back. It was the forces within the government that resulted to that. And I appreciate a suggestion made by the last caller that probably the appointment of Musa would settle the doors of alleged and unfounded Christian genocide in Nigeria. And I'm calling on the president, don't allow Mutawalli to resign, sack him, and please appoint another Christian from the southern part of Nigeria as Minister of State for Defense, so that we can see the difference. I'm a Muslim, I'm calling from Kaduna, Northerner, but I want to expose this conspiracy that was concocted to destroy Nigeria, that there was a Christian genocide, because those people that have made the allegations never ever care about the religion of anybody. They just want to use the problem to have their political and economic goal met. But we must come together to ensure that we expose them and we rejected their analysis and false analysis, which is aimed to divide the country the more, to put the country into more turmoil. It was done by Trump, and Trump is well known of division in America. Trump is well known of not caring about Christianity and the attacks in so many churches there. Besides, I had expected Trump to have solved the problem of funding America as funding terrorism. Please, Mr. President, go and appoint another minister from the southern part of Nigeria so that we want to see the marvelous changes. And most especially, I said, if they cannot expose them, the first thing is stop the carnage. But definitely Nigerians want to see people exposed as sponsors of this terrorism. Most especially that religious sect that the FCC chairman covered. Good morning.
All right, thank you very much for that. Now, yes, absolutely.
That was a good one.
Absolutely. Now, at this point, I just hope that things can be realigned when it comes to insecurity in Nigeria, when it comes to Nigeria's defense, and, you know, appointing him, General Christopher Musa, as someone with a vast experience, both on ground and, you know, everywhere important, and when it comes to security in Nigeria, should be able to push us towards a positive outcome that is needed. And a lot that are speaking about, you know, the Defense Minister for State at this point would wait and see what is going to happen, because as usual, Nigerians are waiting for results.
Absolutely. We expect change. We hope that, you know, after he has been agreed on by the Senate to, you know, take up that position, we expect to see a huge change in, of course, the military, in our security structure. We want to see different, and we want it to reflect in the, you know, in the safety of our communities, our homes, our hospitals, our farmlands, our marketplaces, everywhere in Nigeria. We're hoping that these changes would reflect. And Hauwa, okay, so that is all we have.
Yes, that's all we have for
on the phone-in segment.